An emergency message by the Social Security Administration has just been released, and the rules that we heard, new rules that have just come out, have just changed yet again. Now, let me go ahead and cover the latest for you, and if you're somebody that collects Social Security, regardless of if it's retirement, SSI, SSDI, any of the fixed income benefits from the Social Security Administration, you're going to want to see this. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest, and this is actually a follow-up to those letter warnings that we had heard were hitting people's mailboxes. Let's go ahead and take a look so you can see it for yourself. Now, as you can see here, Social Security to reinstate overpayment recovery. This was back on April 18th. Social Security reinstate overpayment recovery to 100%, you can see. And we had heard that 100% of the overpayments could be taken out of your checks. And these letters were going out warning individuals that this was going to be happening. As you can see here, take a look. Trump administration reverses the policies allowing full Social Security payment overpayment clawbacks to take place. You can see this was back on March 10th. We had heard that the 100% clawbacks were going to be reinstated. Now, a lot of people were very concerned about this because it meant that if you were getting overpaid, let's say by $500 per month, you're supposed to get $1,500. Now you're getting $2,000. Well, they're saying they would be able to deduct the overpayment, that $500, in full in your future checks. So instead of getting the $1,500 you were supposed to receive, they could then take it down to $1,000 until that amount of overpayment is fully done. So if this happened for 10 months and you owed $5,000, well, they could do this until that full $5,000 was taken back, 100% clawback of the overpayment. Well, we are now hearing, take a look at the latest headlines coming out. Trump administration retreats from the 100% withholding on Social Security clawbacks. You can see this coming out in the last 24 hours. Emergency message: orders Social Security withhold 50% of benefits for those who were overpaid. So they're saying that now they are taking this back, retreating from the 100% clawbacks, which had a lot of people concerned. What if I've been overpaid and I didn't realize it? And now they're telling me they're going to claw it back 100%. This is going to impact a lot of people. We're hearing millions had fallen to this, received letters across the nation. Now we're hearing that they are not going to be doing 100%. So for those that are going to be impacted by this, this is some pretty good news to hear that the entire check is not going to be garnished at 100%. Now, in addition to that, let me know your thoughts. A lot coming out on Social Security. As take a look at this. Former Social Security head calls out Trump's big lies about fraud, waste, and abuse. Now, this is Martin O'Malley. He is actually, take a look at this subtitle, he is touring the country right now, fighting what he calls a grave assault on the Social Security program, actually touring the nation, trying to warn America about how Donald Trump is bad for Social Security. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with Martin O'Malley or do you disagree? Because right now what we're hearing is that Donald Trump is actually pushing to help Social Security, said there will be no cuts to Social Security beneficiaries' checks. Elon Musk and Doge are working to clean it up, get rid of any fraud, waste, and abuse. In fact, Elon Musk said by the time they're done, Social Security might even have more money. Maybe increases could go out for checks as a result of all the work that they are doing, cleaning things up. And right now we're hearing coming to the forefront for Social Security. Take a look at this. Trump wants to end the federal tax on Social Security benefits. Is that possible? We're hearing about 40% of the people that collect Social Security, they have to pay taxes on it. They've paid income tax into Social Security their entire lives. Now, when they're pulling Social Security, they got to pay on it yet again, 40% at certain thresholds, tax brackets, 50% and 85%. Donald Trump is saying this is a double taxation. This is not okay. We need to get rid of this. We need to make sure that those that have paid into this their entire lives, this is not an entitlement program. This is something that has been paid into, and now when people need to take it, it needs to be available to them. We should not be double taxing. Eliminate the double tax on Social Security. Now, if you agree, drop a 47 in the comments, as we're hearing that this is one of Donald Trump's primary focuses right now on Social Security, and they're trying to actually include this in that big, beautiful bill that he is saying is going to be going through. If you missed my video on that yesterday, you might want to check it out, as we got an update from Jason Smith, who is part of the Ways Means Committee that's working on the bill right now. They're inserting the line items and they said they are days away from an announcement. Now, as soon as that announcement comes out, we're going to be seeing what's included in that bill. I'll be sure to let you guys know here on the channel, give you all the details. So if you have not yet done so, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. I'm going to let you know as soon as it comes out what's included in what Donald Trump calls that big, beautiful bill. Now, whether it's included or not, I will let you know here on the channel. And if you appreciate that, hit that like button for me. And I will also, just like in this video, and like I always do, hyperlink all of my sources. They're going to be linked down below, so you can click them, go read them for yourself. You can see the sources, the dates, all the information, so that way you can know and rest assured that this is the latest. Try to hold myself to the highest level of accountability for my community, so that way you can know exactly what is going on. Now, in addition to that, I also wanted to mention, if you or someone you love is turning 65 or is already on Medicare, this is important. I have partnered with Chapter Medicare. You might be able to see their phone number right here for free Medicare help. I've partnered with them. They have a service that I trust will give you free, honest help navigating Medicare. They compare every plan in your area and make sure that you don't miss out on benefits that you've earned. They are independent, which means that they advocate for you, not the insurance companies. So call the number on the screen or click the link that is in the description, and you can get started today. And it's totally free, it's easy, and it could save you a whole lot of money. So check them out, and thank you to Chapter Medicare for making that available to my viewers here. I hope that it's able to help those of you out that are interested. But thank you again to them. Let's go ahead and get started, so that way you can see the latest on this announcement regarding the clawbacks. And I know I had a lot of people here on the channel let me know, hey, I got one of those letters, Steve. What does this mean? What's going to happen? And I've let people know that you're not without luck. If you get one of these letters, you can appeal immediately, go through the process, let them know that it's going to give you a financial hardship. And that also, if you weren't aware of it, like, hey, I can't have you garnishing my check this aggressively at 100% of the overpayment. Well, now we're hearing that that is changing. So let's go ahead and walk through this, so that way you can see it for yourself and know exactly what is going on. And again, if you appreciate the updates, don't forget, take a second, hit that like button for me. Now, this article says, the Trump administration retreats from 100% withholding on Social Security clawbacks. It says the Social Security Administration is backing off of a plan that it announced in March to withhold 100% of many beneficiaries' monthly payments to claw back the money that the government had allegedly overpaid them. And that is one of the main sticking points for a lot of people, is the fact that this is actually not at the fault of the recipients. This is at the fault of the Social Security Administration. And they're saying that this is unfolding. We overpaid you. We're sorry. Now we have to claw it back. And a lot of people upset by that. And now they changed it to 100%. But now we're hearing that is all changing yet again. It says instead, the agency will default to withholding 50% of old age survivors and disability insurance benefits, the agency said in an emergency message to staff dated on April 25th. So just 4 days ago, we're hearing this emergency message went out. The agency long made it a routine to halt benefits to recoup billions of dollars that it sent recipients, but later said they should not have received. A policy under Joe Biden's administration to provide relief to beneficiaries who often live on the fringe of poverty last year had capped the clawbacks at just 10%. The partial reversal is another twist in the Trump administration's tumultuous approach to Social Security, which has included staff cuts and the acting commissioner's threat, which has since been withdrawn, to essentially shut down the agency. The emergency message involves the agency's practice of paying beneficiaries money that they were not supposed to receive, and then, often after years have passed and the amounts have ballooned to tens of thousands of dollars or more per person, demanding the money back, even if the overpayment was Social Security's fault. In many cases, recovering the money had entailed withholding 100% of monthly benefits. Millions of beneficiaries, including people struggling to get by on month's checks, have received overpayment notices. A 2023 investigation by KFF Health News and Cox Media Group found, Clawbacks have left some homeless, the news organizations reported. In the aftermath of that reporting, Martin O'Malley, tapped by President Joe Biden in 2023 to head the agency, sought to end what he described as a grave injustice that left people in dire financial straits. In March of 2024, O'Malley said the agency would stop that clawback cruelty of intercepting 100% of beneficiaries' monthly checks if they fail to respond to a demand for repayment. Instead, the agency would default to withholding 10% of the recipient's monthly benefits, he had said. Now, a year later, the Trump administration reversed that policy change, returning it to 100% withholdings for new overpayments. It is our duty to revise the overpayment repayment policy back to full withholdings, as it was during the Obama administration and the first Trump administration, to properly safeguard taxpayer funds, Acting Commissioner Lee Dudek said in a March news release. Now, in a pattern that has played out on multiple fronts during the first 100 days of President Donald Trump's second term, the administration is partly reversing the reversal. This time, it issued no news release. I think that we had the policy right before, O'Malley said in the interview on April 28th, yesterday. We looked at the various breakpoints, and if you would depend entirely on your Social Security check, having half of it interrupted means what? That means you go without paying your heating bill for the month. That means you go without your medicine instead of buying medicine or food. So, it was a cruel-hearted policy before, he added. At 50%, it's half as cruel, but it's still cruel. Withholding even 50% of a monthly benefit will cause hardship for many older and disabled people, said Kathleen Romig, who worked at the Social Security Administration under O'Malley and is now director of the Social Security and Disability Policy at the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. Going without half a Social Security check would make it harder for many people to afford basic needs like housing, food, and health care, Romig said. The SSA press office did not respond to questions for this article. The emergency message to SSA staff said the new policy applies to overpayment notices sent on or after April 25th. In one place, the message said the new withholding rate will be up to 50%. If the recipient does not request a lower rate of withholding, reconsideration, or a waiver, and if there is no fraud or similar fault, the agency will begin cutting their benefit payments after about 90 days, it said. That does not apply to withholding of benefits in the Supplemental Security Income Program, which serves people who have disabilities or older adults who have little or no income or resources, as the SSA explains. So it does not include SSI. The agency said in March that withholdings of SSI benefits would remain capped at 10%. Kate Lang, Director of Federal Income Security at the advocacy group Justice in Aging, welcomed the shift from 100% withholding, but said that she was disappointed that the agency didn't revert to the 10%. Lang called the agency's conduct chaotic and confusing. It creates more work for SSA, more people calling with questions, more errors being made that need to be corrected, more confusion and uncertainty about what is going on, Lang said. It's a nightmare, O'Malley said, for not only the staff to have all of this switcheroo on policy, but also for all the beneficiaries. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but we're hearing that it has been changed. And a lot of people happy to hear that this is not the case now, because they're saying that there are a lot of people that depend on these checks, and for them to get 100% of the overpayments clawed back, that can be devastating for a lot of people who did not realize that they were being hit with this, and they suddenly get those letters in the mail saying, we overpaid you, we're sorry, now we're taking it back out of your checks. So glad to hear that. Now, again, as I mentioned, and I've covered this in detail in previous videos for you, if you receive one of these in the mail and it kind of blindsides you and you didn't realize that for some reason there was an overpayment taking place, you can appeal it right away. I've gone through the steps here on the channel to let you know, hey, appeal it. Let them know this is a financial hardship. You were not aware that this was taking place. Immediately, make sure you get that covered so that way massive clawbacks don't start coming out of your checks. Now, in addition to that, like I said, as more comes out on this, I'll be sure to let you guys know, because there is a lot happening with Social Security, and we're hearing that that big, beautiful bill could be coming out here in days. with the line items, the details of what's included. And one of those things we're hearing would be Social Security not being taxed. And they're saying this is going to help out a lot of people. Yet at the same time, Martin O'Malley, as I mentioned, former Social Security head, is calling out Donald Trump doing an actual tour, saying that Trump is lying about everything that is going on. And again, let me know your thoughts. Are you glad to see Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Doge doing all the things in Social Security? If so, drop a 47. If no, put a 46 for the previous administration. And also do me a favor, while you put those 46s and 47s, don't forget, take a second if you haven't done so yet, hit that like button. But let's take a look at this so you can see exactly what is going on. Social Security in the forefront right now. Former Social Security head, he is saying that there are big lies coming out from Trump and from Elon Musk. Former Social Security Commissioner Martin O'Malley is touring the country to push back against what he calls the Trump administration's big lies and misinformation undermining the earned benefits programs of Social Security. In a town hall meeting in Cleveland on Friday, O'Malley accused the federal government of moving fast to wreck the reputation of the Social Security Administration by peddling big lies about fraud, waste, and abuse. They are also quickly wrecking its ability to serve the public, he added, citing major cuts to agency staffing in recent months. O'Malley criticized Elon Musk, the tech billionaire who is one of President Donald Trump's top advisors, for falsely claiming tens of millions of dead people are receiving Social Security checks. There is no zombie apocalypse, he told the crowd, adding that Musk and Trump were mounting a grave assault on the program. Apart from Ohio, O'Malley has made recent appearances in Kansas City, Missouri, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and Racine, Wisconsin, appearing before hundreds of audience members and alongside local Democratic House members or state progressive groups. He's also given interviews to local TV stations and national outlets, including Rolling Stone. Apart from rebutting claims about Social Security, O'Malley has also argued that the Trump administration is using cuts to staffing and other changes to undermine the program in preparation for drastic cuts to benefits or an alternative such as private savings accounts long touted by conservatives. O'Malley also called for lifting the cap on taxable income under Social Security. Currently, earnings above $176,100 are not subject to Social Security taxes, which means Musk hit the cap in just the first few minutes of the year. Now, according to Peter G. Peterson Foundation, a nonpartisan research group focused on reducing the national debt, eliminating the cap on earnings would raise $3.2 trillion over the course of the next 10 years, which would keep the Social Security Trust Fund solvent for decades longer. O'Malley was mayor of Baltimore before serving 2 terms in Maryland as Maryland's governor. He ran unsuccessfully for a Democratic presidential nomination in 2016. He later served as head of the Social Security Administration under President Joe Biden. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Democrats actually doing tours right now, telling people that right now Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Doge are spouting big lies about Social Security. However, let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Doge? Do you like and support what they're doing? And we're hearing, like I said, that big, beautiful bill, Donald Trump calls it, is going to be coming out here soon. And one of the line items is going to be Social Security elimination of tax. We're hearing that that is a big one that they want to get included in there. And actually, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Trump wants to end the federal tax on Social Security benefits. Is that possible? You can see this came out April 16th this month. And this is something they're saying they want to have included. Middle and upper income taxpayers who receive Social Security are getting their annual jolt as they file their federal income taxes. A huge percentage of their benefits are being taxed. Generally, if an individual's income tops $34,000 or a joint return's income is more than $44,000 under the federal formula for such calculations, up to 85% of their benefits can be subject to taxation. President Donald Trump wants to end the federal tax on Social Security. Congressional tax writers will begin considering the idea next month. Seniors should not pay tax on Social Security, Trump wrote on his True Social site during a 2024 campaign. A lot of experts warn any of the tax is a bad idea, and they are saying this is because of the solvency issue. However, I think that they need to resolve and change the entire system if they want to use it as a means of which to actually pay for the solvency by garnishing people's checks. I think that they need to figure out a way to change that. But reading on, it says Garrett Watson, director of the policy analysts at the Center-Right Tax Foundation, called the proposal unsound and fiscally irresponsible. He said, "There are much better ways to target relief to seniors or lower-income workers than this idea. The Penn Wharton business model warned the idea reduces incentives to save and work while increasing federal debt. The policy," it said, "primarily benefits high-income households nearing or in retirement while harming households under 30 and all future generations across the entire income distribution. But the nonpartisan Senior Citizens League is warm to the idea. It believes the Social Security benefits are taxed twice, once when a worker earns them and again when we need them the most," said Shannon Benton, the league's executive director. Now, currently, how is it taxed? Taxation on Social Security benefits depends on a formula that deals with combined income. If an individual's income is less than $25,000 a year or joint filers less than $32,000, there is no tax on your benefits. Now, if a single filer's income is $25,000 to $34,000, the tax applies to as much as 50% of your benefits. People with higher incomes are subject to tax being levied up to 85% of their benefits. For joint filers, the 50% level applies to benefits for couples with combined incomes between $32,000 and $44,000. Those with higher incomes face taxes on up to 85% of their Social Security benefits. About half of the people getting Social Security do not pay federal income tax on their benefits, according to the Congressional Research Service. But the income tax levels for the tax rates are static. Social Security benefits, though, are adjusted each year for inflation. So as the benefits increase, so does the likelihood that more people have to pay taxes for it. CRS said that the reason for the unchanging income levels is that back in 1983, the law was to stabilize the system, and it was intended for all benefits to eventually be subject to taxation. So they have not adjusted this since its creation back in 1983, and they're saying that is because they actually want more people to pay into it to help keep it solvent. But we're hearing that at the current rate we're going, we've only got about 8 to 12 years, let's just say 10 years left of solvency before we have a solvency issue. So the current system, it is not working. Penn Wharton estimates that more than 60% of the current living households and 95% of retirees would benefit from eliminating the Social Security tax. But it added, all future generations would be worse off. Impact on the taxpayers? Moving away from taxation will help a lot of seniors who are already higher earners with lots of other sources of income. Now, the reduction would come with a price that some analysts warn will trigger a crisis. We find President Trump's campaign proposals would dramatically worsen Social Security's finances, said an analyst by the Nonpartisan Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. Social Security is projected to become insolvent by 2034. If Trump's plan was approved, that would happen by 2031, said the committee's study. That would mean that a big cut in benefits unless action was taken. Trump isn't buying any of that. When he first proposed the tax plan last year, Carolyn Leavitt, then and now his spokesperson, said the so-called experts at the CRFB, they have been consistently wrong throughout the years. President Trump delivered on his promise to protect Social Security in his first term, and President Trump will continue to strongly protect Social Security in his second term, she said. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you believe her that Donald Trump is going to protect Social Security? He's going to do everything that he can to make sure that people get those checks, try to extend out the solvency, make sure that people aren't paying double tax. We're also hearing that potentially increases from Doge and Elon Musk. Now, we will see. I will keep you up to date on all of this. I know there's a lot happening with Social Security. As you guys know as well, I covered the Fairness Act for you that was passed in January by Biden, and then they said it wasn't going to be implemented for probably at least a year. The Trump administration came in and said, no, enact it now. People need the benefits right away. And that's why we saw those retroactive checks of $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. And we saw 3.2 million people get those checks. And now they have increased monthly checks as well. In addition to that, like I said, we're waiting to see if there's going to be tax eliminated in that big, beautiful bill. And also Doge dividend refund checks, stimulus checks. We're hearing that they want that to be a line item in the bill as well. We're going to see if that's included in the coming days. And if that is included, we're hearing that Social Security would be included in that as well. So we will see. When the details come out, I will report it here on the channel right away and let you know whether it is or is not. I'll be sure to cover it so you know exactly what is taking place. And again, if you appreciate that, do me a favor. If you haven't done so yet, take a second, hit that like button, subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? And again, if you or somebody you love is turning 65 or is already on Medicare, this is important. Check it out. Free Medicare help right here. You can call the number and they will help you out. I've partnered with Chapter Medicare. They can help you out navigating Medicare services. It's a group that will give you free, honest information, help you compare different plans in your area. Thank you for them sponsoring today's video. Check them out if you are interested. But you guys, that is the latest. Thank you so much for joining me. And as more comes out, I'll be sure to share here on the channel and let you know. Thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.